Hello students, welcome to electronics class. In today's session, we are going to learn open loop applications of op-amp. Till in the last class, we have studied the closed loop application. That means op-amp used with the negative feedback. But here in op-amp with negative feedback has lot more applications that and all we have already studied. Even in open loop configuration of op-amp, it has some applications. In that, first one is comparator. Comparator is a circuit which compares two input voltages and produces a digitized output. That means output of the comparator will be V0 is equal to A into V2 minus V1. That means it gives the output in such a way that which input is greater and which input is lesser. So these comparators comes under open loop applications of op-amp. So as we know, in comparators in op-amp, the open loop gain of an op-amp will be practically it is around 10 to the power of 5 or more, right? The open loop gain of the op-amp will be infinity ideally, but practically it is 10 to the power of 5 or 10 to the power of 5 to 10 to the power of 6. But practically it is impossible to have that much gain. Okay, so what happens in the output of the comparator compares the two inputs and tells us which output is greater. That is, the output will be staying at either at the maximum of plus VCC or minus VEE. That means it will saturate. The output voltage can rise up to maximum value of the power supply voltages. That is plus VCC or minus VEE. That means output of the comparator, if V1 is greater than V2, then output of the comparator is equal to minus VEE. If V2 is greater than V1, then output of the comparator will be plus VCC. That means the input at the inverting terminal, that is V1. The input at the non-inverting terminal is V2. If the input at the inverting terminal is greater than the input at the non-inverting terminal, then the output will reach to the negative saturation, that is minus VE. That is called minus V saturation. If the input at the non-inverting terminal, that is V2, is greater than the input at the inverting terminal, then it will reach to plus VCC or plus V saturation. So these comparators are usually used in while comparing any of the input voltages along with some reference voltages. That means, for example, if you are going to measure a temperature of a room, if you are monitoring a temperature of a room, so you will fix a reference temperature level. That room's temperature should not exceed the reference voltage. If it exceeds, you will fix a temperature sensor over there. If it exceeds, what happens? Exceeds the reference level of your desired reference level, then alarm should ring or some buzzer you will keep, buzzer will run, something like that. So if you are maintaining any if you want to compare that the temperature of the room along with the reference voltage, that time the reference voltage will be given to the input of the one of the comparator, and the measuring temperature, the variation in temperature, that is given to the input of the other input of the comparator. That means when you are monitoring the temperature of a room, what you will do? You will set a reference voltage. That so that the room's temperature, reference temperature, that room's temperature should not exceed the reference temperature. Should not exceed the marked value. That marked value will be, you will be knowing, it should not exceed 25 degrees Celsius. If it exceeds, then buzzer should ring. So in that cases, the reference temperature that is converted into an electrical signal and as a voltage, it is given to the one of the terminal, and the in variation in temperature that is given to the input. That means the input which is to be compared, that is given to the other input of the comparator. Then you can see which, if it exceeds, if the input to be measured, that means input to be controlled, that is given to the, if it exceeds the reference level, then comparator will show that corresponding reading. Okay. In comparators, there are two types. One is inverting comparator and a non-inverting comparator. If the input voltage, if the reference voltage is given to the non-inverting terminal and the input which is to be compared, which is given to the inverting terminal, then it is an inverting comparator. If the input which is to be compared, that is given to the non-inverting terminal and the reference voltage or reference quantity that is given to the inverting terminal, then it is said to be non-inverting comparator. That means if inverting comparator is nothing but the input which is to be compared, the variation in the input, that is given to the inverting terminal. Whereas in non-inverting comparator, the variation in the input voltages, that means the which is to be compared, that is given to the non-inverting terminal. The reference should be given to the opposite terminal. So in that case, on basis of that comparator is divided into inverting and non-inverting comparators. This is not there in your syllabus, so no need to bother. I just told you for your knowledge. Okay. In further studies, when you go in your degree level electronics, that time you are going to study separately this inverting and non-inverting comparators. Okay. And in the applications of comparator is an application of a open loop op-amp. In the application of comparator, we are going to study two applications of comparator. That zero crossing detector. First one is zero crossing detector. In that, what happens in zero crossing detector, the input signal is given to the non-inverting terminal of the op-amp. The inverting terminal of the op-amp is grounded. That means it is at zero potential. So for that, if the input voltage is a sinusoidally varying voltage that is given to the inverting terminal, non-inverting terminal of the op-amp, and the inverting terminal of the op-amp is grounded. In this case, the comparator, it is also a comparator, but the input is given to only one terminal, that is non-inverting terminal, and the inverting terminal is grounded. So here grounded in the sense it is zero potential. It will compare both the inputs, that is Vin is compared with the ground potential. Whenever a Vin is greater than ground potential, the output will be different. The Vin is less than the ground potential, that means zero voltage, then output will be different. So we will see that. Here we are giving the input to be compared is given to the non-inverting terminal of the comparator. So it is a non-inverting zero crossing detector, you can tell. Okay. So here what happens if this is the input voltage, the time axis, the output of the zero crossing detector will be, see, whenever this input voltage is having the positive values, it is given to the non-inverting terminal, so you will get a positive saturation. Whenever the input is having negative values, that means input signal, whenever it is having positive values, that is compared with the zero potential. This is the zero potential line. So if it is greater than the zero potential, we are getting the V saturation, positive V saturation. That means plus VCC it will take. If the input voltage is a negative half cycle having all the negative values which is lesser than the, that means Vin is lesser than zero potential, that time we will get negative saturation. If Vin is lesser than the zero potential, then V0 is equal to minus V saturation. If Vin is greater than zero potential, then V0 will be equal to plus V saturation. So likewise you will get a square wave. So zero crossing detectors can be used in generating the square wave. It's used in some oscillator circuits. Okay. These will be asked for 2 marks. A maximum 3 marks. If you have to write the circuit also, then it will be asked for 3 marks. The next is Schmitt trigger. Okay, the next circuit is Schmitt trigger circuit. This is also one of the applications of comparator. Here it will do the duty of comparison only, but with a little modification that we have given the positive feedback to the comparator. It's a regenerative comparative you can call, because generating the output signal, regenerating in the sense the output is fed back to the input, which will increase the gain of the op-amp actually. That's so it is called as regenerative. You'll study in the next chapter what is regenerative and degenerative and all. So just know that name, regenerative comparator. That means it is given, the output voltage is given to the positive terminal or non-inverting terminal of the comparator. So it is called as positive feedback. So what happens here, the input signal is given to the inverting terminal and the feedback voltage is given to the non-inverting terminal. That is V reference. This will be the V reference, so that the comparator or the Schmitt trigger comparator compares the input signal with the reference voltage, this reference voltage. So this reference voltage will be given by, it acts as a voltage divider. So R2 into V0 into R2 divided by R1 plus R2. That is voltage, from voltage divider rule. What will be the voltage at the non-inverting terminal? So that is the V reference, that is given by R2. The voltage across this will be set here, it will be there. The potential across this potential difference between these 2 points will be there here, because this is a ground potential. The voltage at this point is the voltage across the R2. So by voltage divider rule, R2 divided by V0 into R2 divided by R1 plus R2, that is given to the input of the non-inverting terminal of the split trigger circuit. So here it acts as a zero crossing detector only, but only thing is it will not compare the input voltage with the zero potential. It will compare the input voltage with the reference voltage that is provided by the feedback circuit. So V reference will be equal to beta V0. Beta is a feedback fraction. So if beta V0 will be, so V0 will be what? If Vin is greater than V reference, if Vin is greater than V reference, then V0 will be equal to, Vin is connected to the inverting terminal, so minus V saturation. If Vin is less than V reference, then it is V0 will go to plus V saturation. So here it is comparing the input voltage with the reference voltage that is provided by the positive feedback. So here V reference will be beta V0. So output voltage will be, if either V reference will be set to minus beta V0 minus beta V saturation or plus beta V saturation. That means V reference will be what? See, once the input signal is compared with the V reference voltage, according to that the output will be produced. The same, the fraction of that output is given to the input again for the comparison. So I will show you here. So what happens here, the reference voltages are here. This is the line indicating the positive V reference and negative V reference. Why it is positive and negative? Because it will be fluctuating between the positive saturation and negative saturation. So what happens if the input signal crosses this positive V reference, then if it is higher than the V reference, then we will get negative saturation, minus V saturation. It will be plus V saturation. So if it is, if it will be in this position, it will be up to, it will be in the same state until the input voltage will be less than the minus V reference, then it will change its state to positive saturation, and it will remain in this state until the V reference is greater than the positive saturation. Then again it will go to like this. That means here input is given to the non-inverting terminal. So if inverting terminal, inverting comparator, input Vin is greater than V reference, then it should reach to negative saturation. If Vin is less than the V reference, then it should reach to positive saturation. So here what is happening? Only thing is we are giving the reference voltage by the positive feedback. This helps the comparator to switch fast. The output switching speed will be fast. And one more thing, the main advantage of the Schmitt trigger circuit in the noise reduction or noise elimination. As I told you, when you are comparing the temperature or when you are monitoring the temperature of a room, what you will do, you will keep a temperature sensor over there. You will the temperature sensor's output will be given to the some transducer which converts the analog signal transducer which converts the continuously varying signal into electrical signal. Okay, the real-time signal into electrical signal. The temperature signal is converted into electrical signal by using a transducer. Okay, so by using a transducer, the temperature sensor senses the temperature of the room and it is given to the input of the comparator or Schmitt trigger. So what happens, and the reference voltage will be here. Whenever it compares the temperature with the reference temperature, if it is greater than if the temperature exceeds the reference temperature, what happens? The output will reach to the negative saturation, and that negative saturation is given to the feedback. Negative saturation, that is minus VRF, that is minus beta V saturation, that is given here. So until the input voltage comes down the minus V reference, it will be in negative saturation only. Once the feedback, again it starts comparing, continuously it will be comparing. Whenever it sees the input voltage is lesser than the minus V reference, then what happens? It will go to the plus V saturation. It will be in this state only until it finds, whenever the input voltage exceeds the plus V reference, then so whenever in the output is in this state, what happens? The feedback voltage will be the fraction of the positive reference, right? So that will be plus beta V saturation. So whenever, so it starts comparing the input voltage with the positive voltage. Understanding my point? So any doubts regarding this, please text me. So in this way, zero crossing it is the advantage of Schmitt trigger circuit over the zero crossing detector is it can reduce the noise, and also the switching speed will be high. So how it will reduce the noise? See, usually the output of the temperature sensors output will be what? It may contain some noise signal. So whenever the noise signal comes in this range, so I just draw whenever the noise signal it will come in this range, what happens? If the noise signal crosses the reference voltage, then only output will fluctuate, or else output will not fluctuate. If the noise voltage remains in these two threshold voltages, reference voltages, then the output will not get affected. Whenever, if the noise voltage crosses the limit only, then only the output will be fluctuated. This is the advantage of Schmitt trigger over zero crossing detector. So you will study more about these and all in your further studies. Here in second PUC electronics, we have only a little bit knowledge of this comparator. Any doubts or any further discussion if you want on this, please text me. Anybody interested to know more about the Schmitt trigger, how it will exactly eliminate the noise and all, please text me, I will tell you. Okay. And that's all for today. Meet you in the next class. Thank you.